So another lesson from Starbucks today, guys. This one I'm pretty fired up about. We have our neighborhood Starbucks here in Seminole Heights, and there's a couple different entries into the parking lot. The first one, you go in and you can't get directly into the drive-through lane. You have to go all the way around the building, loop around the building to get back into line. So a lot of people will break the rules, right? They'll come in that entry and they'll go in on the other side. They'll go into the lane where people that are trying to get out of Starbucks go through. So much to the point that Starbucks has put cones out to the road to where you would enter, and people still go through the way that you would leave. And what this ends up causing, they're trying to take a shortcut, right? And then what this ends up causing is somebody that they don't see is trying to come out of Starbucks. So then they have to back up, and then they get back in line, or they end up looping around eventually. And sometimes they get away with it and they pull in through and they cut me off going in the proper way, right? So this pisses me off, obviously. But that's not the only thing. Then you get in the drive-through and you got people that, like today, somebody ordering in front of me, and they order and then they barely pull up. So I can't even get to the microphone, right, to the speaker to put my order in. And it's like they had an entire car length in between their car and the next car. So they're holding the whole line up, and this place gets busy. There's people wrapped around the building trying to get into the drive-thru. There's also people leaving. And she keeps just nudging up. And I'm like, what the hell? So she's I don't know if it's just fear of the front of her car bumping into the next one, or she's just in La La Land, or what's going on, but no patience there whatsoever. So the last thing is, when you loop back around the building after you've gone through the drive-thru, there's another entrance or exit, and the exit says that you can only turn right. So if you turn left, there's a light right there almost immediately. So there's a turn lane and a go straight lane, and that gets backed up sometimes. So if nobody ever turns right, everybody wants to go left. Okay. So when everybody wants to go left, it causes this huge jam to get out of Starbucks, to the point where you can't move through the drive-thru. It's a big pain in the ass. So a few things or a few lessons that I took from those three scenarios there. Number one, people are always trying to take shortcuts. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't. So my lesson here is, what are you trying to take shortcuts in? And if you've had a little bit of success taking shortcuts, cool. But I promise you that if you don't do the work, if you don't put in the work, the right work for it, you're probably going to get cut off, and you're going to have to back up and do it over again, right? So simple lesson there. Number two, don't be so afraid. When you have so much fear that the front of your car is going to hit the next car, you're going to cause all the people around you to be held back, and you're not even going to get close to your goal because you're so afraid that you don't even, you're so far that you leave an entire car length between you and the next car. So again, don't let fear hold you back from getting shit done. And then the last one, when everybody wants to turn left, that's a time to turn right. So there's a quote by, I believe it was Mark Twain, that says that when you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. When you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. So when everybody's turning left, your best move is to turn right. So there's my lesson for the day, guys. Thanks. Hope you got some value out of it. See you next time.